reach out in 2 weeks, leave a voicemail, don't hear from them directly. What do I do in that case?
What are you saying in the voicemail?
Oh, as promised, giving you a call back. I wanted to get in touch with you and see what our next step would be moving forward.
Okay, and you gave them the quote for the project, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the project? Just pull one out of thin air, make one up.
$100,000 deck, porch, patio at their lake home.
Okay, what was most important to them in doing the deck, porch, patio? You're going to ask that, by the way, in the beginning. Like, what's your biggest reason for wanting the deck, porch?
The one they're having, or the one they have now, is outdated, high maintenance costs, and small hazards within the deck.
Perfect. And let's say you uncovered that a little bit more and they want to increase the resale value of the home, plus let's just say their daughter's getting married there next summer, right? Mm-hmm. Something like that. You're having a skillful conversation in the beginning, okay? Mm-hmm. Now when you send them the contract, what I don't want you to do is just say, hey, I'm following up, I'm checking in. Focus on the contract. So that way you can go, hey, Anthony, Matt Easton over here with Deck Pros. Wanted to make sure you had the contract so we can get started on the construction of that new deck, thus increasing the value of the home and putting you in a position where you're not having to worry about any of those hazards come your daughter's wedding here in the spring. I'm on my direct line, 720-660-3202. The mistake that we make when following up is we assume the worst, okay? The mistake that we make when we follow up is we assume the worst. We assume that because that person didn't sign the contract, they must have got 3 other bids, and the other bids must have been lower and they're ghosting us. Most of the time, some of the time that's the case. Most of the time, do you know what it is? It's that they're a lazy ass. Because people are lazy asses, and they haven't gotten around to it. But the minute I call a lazy ass and go, hey, I'm just calling to see if you have any questions, nobody goes, oh shit, yeah, I'm a lazy ass. I don't have any questions, I was just lazy. Right? They all go, oh yeah, I have questions, right? Or if you show a weakness like, hey, I want to see if there's anything we can do to get the business, they immediately think, thank God I didn't sign that. Thank God, once again, being lazy has saved me money, because if I had signed that as is, I wouldn't have gotten this discount. So focus on the thing that they're supposed to do, okay? If they had the contract, focus on signing the contract. If they said, we need to think about it, got it, perfect. I'll shoot you over the details so you can take a look. And then what's a good next step? Well, we're going to think about it and we're going to get some other bids and we'll get back to you. Makes perfect sense, okay? If you're in a situation with construction where there are some ramifications to them waiting, you have a moral obligation to let them know about the ramifications. That sounds like this. Hey, makes perfect sense, totally get it. I just want to make sure that you're aware of something, okay? In construction, I know this sounds crazy, the price on materials, especially with even as something as simple as a deck, is constantly in flux. They're going up, they're going down. We had a situation just 1.5 years ago where I quoted a client on a deck. Suddenly, there was a ship sideways in the Panama. By the way, I'm not telling you anything that didn't actually happen. You know what I'm talking about. There was a ship that was sideways in the Panama Canal. Suddenly, the price of synthetic wood, which we were using on that deck, went up 851%. Okay, then I had the unfortunate experience of having to walk that client and let them know we can no longer do the deck at the price that was quoted. I just want to make sure that I'm clear on something. The pricing is constantly in flux. Most of the time it is going up. I don't foresee a ship going sideways in the Panama Canal anytime soon, but who knows? Okay, the other thing I want to make you aware of, this quote is based on our crews being available right now. We have been absolutely gangbusters. We have been absolutely slammed. If we wait on this, I just need you to realize the price can change and our availability to get the job done can change. Now, here's where you're going to go Easton University on this, right? You're not going to go, do you want to do it right now? You're going to say this. As long as you're okay with that, I'm okay with that, right? We'll do it whenever you want. I just need you to realize the price might be different. And they're going to, whoa, no. I need this done before my daughter's wedding, which is why I recommended we lock it in right now, right? You're not being pressured, but you're giving them a good explanation of what's going to happen, okay? So you're going that way, and then you're sending them the stuff. Well, now they didn't say they were going to sign the contract. So on that one, again, you can't say, hey, wanted to make sure you had the contract to sign, because you're just sending them information. You're still not calling to follow up, check in, or see if they have questions. As promised, calling to see if it makes sense for us to get started on the construction project of that deck so we can get all those minor hazards completed, increase the value of your home, and put you in that position to have your daughter's wedding this spring go off without any problems. I'm here on my direct line, 720-660-3202. Nowhere in your eastonuniversity.com sales training will I ever tell you to call somebody and ask them if they have questions, because they'll just make stuff up. Nowhere in there will I tell you to check in, because it's not skillful. What you are going to do is say, as promised, calling to see if it makes sense, or, hey, wanted to reach out to you personally and make sure you had the contract so you can. I'm going to resend it to you right now. We're going to be very clear, the same way a pilot trying to land an airplane talks to air traffic control, right? They don't go, hey, I'm just checking in to see if you guys had any questions on landing the plane, requesting permission to land on runway 18. Delta 737, permission approved, runway 18, right? We're just gonna be real clear with landing these deals, because the one thing I learned, and I'm not a pilot, as you're coming in on final, not a good time to start flipping switches and go, what does this do? Land the bird.